PennDOT was going to build an expressway along Vine Street. The plans for the Vine Street Expressway showed that the government required the taking of the Holy Redeemer Church, not the school, but just the church. And the highway would be at least twice as wide as what it is now. When we heard that, we were upset because that was our, you might say, center.
Because I lived on the east side of 9th Street and we were going to lose our homes and businesses, and then my children who were attending the Holy Redeemer Church and school, if we were to lose that, there would really be not a community. And so that's when I got involved.
A lot of things that happened, at least in my life and others, centered around what was happening, at Holy Redeemer. So we got CBA to call with a town meeting.
When they made the announcement that the Holy Redeemer Church and School was going to be taken, we all got together. I went around and distributed flyers and organized the first town meeting that we ever had in Chinatown, which included bringing everybody together to discuss the matter. Well, the city told us it's not a city issue, it's a state issue. The state's taken your church for the Vine Street Expressway, which is a state highway. So the city said, you have to go and speak to the state. We can't help you. We thought we'd go to the Archdiocese because it was a Catholic church, and they said, well, the state says they have to take it, so we don't want to fight the state. If it's a necessity, we have to give up the church and school. So we really didn't have any support locally at all.
One of the first things we learned is that you go to an official, a councilman or whatever, it's how many votes do you have? We went around with the list of registered voters, and at such and such address, went to that place, and where is so-and-so? Oh, he's no longer here. We scratched him and got that list purged. Then we got, at the same time, we got our people more interested in registering to vote. So that was one tactic that we used to strengthen our voice.
Public opinion was for us. We had the sympathy, I guess you'd call it, of the media, and so they covered a lot of the protesting that we did at that time, and they did a lot of interviews with us, and they were very sympathetic to our cause.
The demolition company knew, that we were protesting anything, so they started really early. And I remember my sister and a friend of hers, the mom of one of my friends, Kevin, she called me about 7:30 because she was on her way to work and I was still sleeping. It was in the summer. So she called and she says, there's a demolition crew right at 10th and Vine, and they're getting ready to knock part of this building down. It was Colonial Electric Supply Company right at 10th and Vine. And they had probably knocked down pretty much half of it. So I don't know what time they started, probably about 4:35 in the morning. So my sister woke me up, and Kevin's mom woke him up, and we were the first two to, we didn't know what to do at that point. We saw the bulldozer coming and everything. So we just said, well, why don't we just walk up top and see what happens? So we went and we just sat on the top of the hill, and they stopped. I guess that was our Tiananmen Square.
When we started up as a grassroots organization, we were first running to the city, running to the Archdiocese, and finally running to the state. And we were told that if we had to do anything, that we had to be incorporated as a nonprofit corporation. And so that's why we went ahead and did get incorporated in 1969, and we had to deal with, state, and so they just didn't want to deal with a group of persons. So they wanted organization. They wanted someone to be spokesperson and someone that they could deal with and talk with. And so through the PCDC organization, we were at the table. We were heard, and we were a force that soon was to be reckoned with, because we were able to draw from some of the expertise in the Chinese community, and so that was our mission, was to preserve, protect, and promote Chinatown. And so we moved forth with that kind of organization. We were given the charge to represent the community in matters of urban renewal and community development. That is our charge. And with the mission to preserve and protect and promote it, I think we've continued building housing, we continue doing site improvements, we continue participating in community events. I think that as a nonprofit organization, not funded by the government, we do very well.